Yeah, we good. Check, mic check. All right, go ahead, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA, man. This is the Tuesday Brotherhood class, man. We're going to get into these scriptures, and we're going to speak about brotherhood, man, and sisterhood, and how we should be as a people and how we should treat each other, man. It is time for us to wake up, man. It is time for us to really wake up, because at the end of the day, what we're dealing with right now is showing us that there's a people that don't care about us, and then there's a people that should come together and join together. So you got to understand, first and foremost, who is the oppressor and what the oppressor's job is, man. The oppressor is the Edomites, Moabites, the Ishmaelites. You understand what I'm saying? And the Hamites. So when you're talking about the oppressor, you're talking about the Edomites, which are the progenitor race of what? The Caucasian people. You talk about, you're talking about the Chinese, Asian, and you talking about those people. When you talking about the Ishmaelites, you're talking about the Arabs. When you talking about the Hamites, you're talking about what? Those Africans, Nigerians, the Mobutu tribe, and all those other people. You understand what I'm saying? And what are their jobs? Their job is to do what? Can somebody tell me what their job is? The oppressor's job is to do what? Go ahead. Their job is to what? Not only kill us spiritually, but kill us what? Right. So what do they got to do? They got to start teaching us the wrong things. They got to sit here and give us their history that they want us to understand and know about ourselves. We should know about Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian history, but the reason why we don't is because they have taken it out of schools. They have taken it out of books. They're trying to wash it out of the web in everything that you can think of. Hey, do me a favor. Fix that laptop for me if you could, Baba Kishar. They are sitting here doing everything in their power to make it where we don't know anything about where we come from, who our people is, and what we've dealt with for so long. But see, the Most High God, He put it somewhere. He has the blueprint for us. Our history is in the Bible. But you know what they tell us to do? They tell us don't worry about the Bible. They tell us that a white man wrote the Bible. They tell us that all these other people done had these different translations of the Bible to the point where what? We don't even care to read it. Do you know what the running joke is right now in America? If you want a nation from a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, where do you got to put it? You put it in a book. That's the running joke right now. You want to know why? Because they have messed with so much history and so much knowledge and destroying us because they're all our oppressors that we don't even know what to trust anymore. But understand this, when you get that King James 1611, see, that King James 1611 lets you know who you are according to what Christ, according to what the Most High said that his people are. He chose his people. And when he chose you to be a special people above all nations on the face of this earth. He wanted you to be a special people unto himself. He could have chose anybody to be special unto him. But he said, you know what? My people are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And because I chose you, not because y'all was many of us, because I wanted you, it's our job to sit here and do what Zephaniah 2:1 says and gather ourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation that's not desired. Stop trying to be desired for everybody on the face of this earth. Everybody on the face of this earth right now, they do not care about you. Salaki. Hey, you got to understand this. We are on this earth not to be pleased and not to be happy or not to be joined hand in hand with everybody on the face of this earth, but we're on this earth right now to be together. We're on this earth right now to be a light in a dark place. See, the world that we're living in is the darkest place that you could be in right now. Everywhere you turn around, what's on the social media? What's on the network channel? What is going on in the world right now? You see nothing but destruction, desolation. You see nothing but people being what? Raped, robbed, molested, abused. You see little kids that can't even enjoy being kids anymore. Kids can't even enjoy going outside and playing in the playground no more. You want to know why? Because you got pedophiles around there at the playground with the children trying to sit here and choose if they want little Timmy or they want little Shaniqua. You can't even have your people just going out and partying. Because what's at the parties now? Everybody got all them pills. Everybody all acid. What else they got now? They got them term sticks. They got guns. Now every trail ride you go to is getting shot up. Every party you going to getting shot up. Why? Because we don't even know what it is to sit here and enjoy each other's company without it being some type of problem. And that's the problem right there, dog. We are sitting here being destroyed because we're sitting here following another nation of people that don't even deserve us even following them, man. Go to Hosea 4:6, man. Once you go to Hosea 4:6, go ahead and read for me, Baba. Once you got to go ahead and read it. If I need to read it, I can.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Our people are what?
Destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are destroyed because of what?
Lack of knowledge.
We are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. It's not saying that we're stupid, but we are being destroyed because we lack knowledge. And why do we lack knowledge? Because they're following behind people that don't care to let you know who you are truly are, who the Lord has truly called you to be. The Lord has called you to be a special people unto himself. But you know what? You following behind these Edomites. You following behind these Ishmaelites. You following behind these Moabites, these Hamites that don't care nothing about you. Our people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge because we don't even care to get the knowledge anymore. Because it's just so easy for us to fall in the trap of what these oppressors have put in front of us. Go ahead and keep reading.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
The Lord is letting you know, because you are so busy caught up in what this world has to offer you, and you're not caring about what he has to offer you. What does he say he gonna do?
Reject thee.
He's going to reject you. You're his children. The Most High God is our Father. The Most High God said, you know what? I want my kids at home before the street lights. And if they're not at home before the street lights, I'm going to whoop you. And you know what you chose to do? You know what we chose to do? Because we were so caught up in what these oppressors had to offer us. We decided that, you know what? Maybe daddy ain't gonna whoop us because we're 10 minutes after the streetlights came on. Maybe we'll be all right because you know what? We after the streetlights, but it's not that long after the streetlights. And then we get whooped. And now we looking like, why am I getting whooped? We're getting whooped. We're dealing with all the stuff that we're dealing with right now because we did not listen to the Most High God. He said we are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. Do you know where a lack of knowledge comes from? A lack of knowledge comes from not listening. When you choose not to listen, when you choose not to adhere to the things that's been given unto you, then that's when all these things happen. That's when a lack of knowledge happens. That's just like going to school. If you go to school and you're in the classroom, but you're not listening to nothing that the teacher say, are you going to gain knowledge on how to do multiplication?
No.
Are you going to gain knowledge on how to subtract and do addition? How do you learn how to do addition and subtraction? By listening and learning the simple tools. See, the Lord gave you the Bible, but you listening to people. You're not listening to nobody that really wants to teach you the Bible. You're listening to people that are mixing and mastering to make it seem like whatever they feel like. You're not heeding to what the Lord said. And because you're not doing that, that's the reason why we're being destroyed because of lack of knowledge. Hey, Lord Christ, like I'm teaching. What's going on? All right, Lord Christ. That's why we're being destroyed right now. We're being destroyed because we don't want to listen. Because we hard-headed. Because we stiff-necked people. When we have the opportunity to be on top, what do we choose to do?
Stay at the bottom.
Stay at the bottom. Why do we choose to stay at the bottom? What you got, Art?
Scared to fail.
We scared to fail. You want to know what the craziest thing about being scared to fail is? You won't ever try. Bro, I'm telling you. The thing about it is, dog, if we would learn how to step through, because in the book of Isaiah, it lets you know that what? You got to go through the furnace of affliction.
That's right.
And the only way for you to be great is going through the furnace of affliction. You can't be scared to go through trials and tribulations. You can't be scared to go through the hard things and a hard task. You got to be able to step into it.
That's right.
As long as you want to be scared, is as long as you're going to stay at the bottom.
Right.
They call us crabs in a bucket for a reason. Because what do crabs in a bucket do? Pull each other back to the bottom. Is that something that smart people do?
No.
But that's what people that's destroyed from a lack of knowledge do. And that's exactly what our oppressors have made us in this world. Go ahead. What you got, Art?
I was watching it was this brother, man. I forgot his name, man. But he was like some kind of silver activist from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And that boy was like on a little show. He asked this white man, the white man ain't want to admit that what he was saying was viable. He was like, let you go, let some Martians come from Mars and take you to Mars, and all they do is kill and murder and rob you and tell you that being you is the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
After 400 years, what would you think about yourself? You get what I'm saying? You'll think that you bad. You'll think yourself is bad. You see
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's like what you said, like kind of made me think of that. Like we going through all this bad stuff because they done what you call it made us in their image. You feel what I'm saying? I don't
I
want.
understand exactly what you're saying. Huh? What you
You
got?
you know what is in the flip side, you say smart people. Uh I'm one of those smart people.
Yeah.
But it did the opposite. It gave me so much ego and it whitewashed me so much to interpret that what I believed was right because I could read an encyclopedia or I could look at the National Geographic or I knew numerology or I study astrology or I know the zodiacs,
Yeah.
but they wasn't saying nothing about the truth.
Exactly.
So you start to idolize those different things and put them to yourself as a stasher on on top of a man not supposed to be vulnerable, a man not supposed to show emotions, a man not supposed to need nobody for nothing, a man supposed to be self sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
So then you become a product of your environment. So it's like, dang, I'm trying not to be a statistic. I got a felony. I own my life over.
Right.
I'm in the state of Texas. I can't do this. I can't protect my family.
Right.
So I don't want to get a felony. And it just goes until, you know,
You want to know something? That what the problem is this: we were so caught up of being smart, right? But you know whose criteria you trying to be smart on? You trying to be smart according to what your oppressors say is smart, instead of what the Most High God said, which is smart. The Lord said, knowing that His law, statutes, and commandments makes you what above all people on the face of the earth. That's what Deuteronomy said. Deuteronomy lets you know if you hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God to observe and do all His commandments, which He gave you this day. What did it say? I will put you on what above all other nations. But if you don't, but you can know calculus, you can know trigonometry, you can know how to be the greatest architect on the face of this earth. But if you didn't hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God to observe and do all His commandments, cursed shall thou be in the city, cursed shall thou be in the field, coming out and going in. You won't even be able to get crops and sell crops because what? You're so cursed. Because you're not doing the simple things. The Lord told you to do what? Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, all thy mind, and all thy soul. And what was the other one that you got to do? Love what? Love your neighbor as yourself. Love your brother. It ain't talking about love everybody. It said love your brother. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we didn't hearken diligently. That's why we being destroyed from a lack of knowledge. Our knowledge, we think, comes from what? These books and all these subscriptions and everything that we're dealing with these oppressors, when really and truthfully, your knowledge comes with following the laws, statutes, and commandments. And that's what we fail to do all the time. We so quick to do everything that they say do, but we fail to do what the Lord said do. The Lord said, love me above everybody else. Put me first. And if you put me first before everybody else, do you know what I'll do? I'll put you above everybody else because you're my child. What you got out?
Like how you just said it, like that should click in somebody's mind. Like he said, put him first, and he'll put you first. You see
It's,
what I'm saying?
it's easy just like that.
Yeah.
You know, this is the same thing that this is what got me into the truth. I heard that and I was just like, dang, we could put we could put colors first. Cause everybody that used to gang bang know for a fact you put that red over that blue or that blue over that red. You'll put that black over that brown or that brown over that black. You put that orange over that blue, and like you'll do all that. You'll do all that. People that used to sell drugs, you putting money over everything. But you know what we forgot? You know, there used to be a thing that we used to say, family over everything, right? But we forgot what the family truly was. The family was under the Most High God. And when you forgot to put the Lord before everything else, you're going to always fail. What you got,
It's the crazy part, what I'm going through like right now as a young man, in the truth. It was so much work not to serve the Lord versus how much work it is to serve the Lord. And what I mean by that is, I thought about it last night. I really was going against the grain and out the way, just dry to, I guess, run.
Yeah.
To now, you know, my flesh wants and my spiritual needs. I'm meeting my spiritual needs, and I probably don't have my flesh wants, but some kind of way it's balancing out, and it's a surreal feeling.
You want to know what's crazy about it? Because what you're going through right now, we all went through. Like, you got to understand this. When you come into the truth, go to the book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha chapter 2. When you come into the truth, the Bible lets you know something. It lets you know about when you decide to serve the Lord. And this is what you're going through. And you didn't know that the Lord really and truthfully is going to deal with all your battles. You gonna have to deal with it yourself, but he's gonna be there to help you. And sometimes he's gonna sit back just to see, how you gonna handle it yourself. Go ahead, read once you got it. 2-on-1. Yep.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in times of trouble.
It says what? My son, what? If you decide to do what?
Serve the Lord.
So when you decided to serve the Lord, it said that you were going to do what? Go ahead, keep reading. Now,
prepare thy soul for temptation.
You had to prepare yourself for temptation. Keep reading. What else did it say?
Verse 2. Set thy heart aright.
You have to retrain your mind. See, this is what you're doing right now as a young man. You're in the school right now trying to retrain your mind. Because for so long, man, you was about what you got going on, what your people got going on, what your clique got going on, whatever you had going on, that's what you was about. But see, when you decide to serve the Lord, you got to become a selfless person, because now you got to be about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians over yourself. Go ahead and keep reading.
And constantly endure.
Constantly do what?
Endure.
Sometime endure.
Constantly endure.
You have to constantly endure. You got to realize this. You're going to have tests. You're going to have a lot of BS that come your way. And you got to understand this. You have to stand 10 toes, face it, and walk through it.
That's right.
The same way when we used to be in the world and we used to deal with a lot of BS, and we were doing that because what? We were doing the wrong thing and we had to deal with it. Sometimes we had to sit down for a little while. Sometimes we had to go to that courthouse and we had to go ahead and plead our case. Sometimes we done stare down a barrel of guns. We done had people run off with the pack. We done had people sit here and try to rob us for a pack. We done had all these different things and we had to stand 10 toes for it. The Lord is letting you know you're going to have to constantly stand 10 toes for him. Because the same way you did it for the world, the same way you're going to have to do it 10 times more for him. Because you got to be a selfless person to really and truthfully serve the Lord. Go ahead and keep reading, Doc.
And make not haste in times of trouble.
Make not what?
Haste in time of trouble.
We all know what that means. I'm trying to run and speed through your times of trouble. When you decide to serve the Lord, understand this, you're going to have trials. You're going to have tribulations. You're going to have things that come up against you that's going to make you want to quit. But don't try to run through that. Don't try to rush through it, because it happens every single time we deal with things. Instead of trying to rush through it, we sit here and take our time. You know what happens? We learn. You know what happens? We sit here and now we got different tools on our tool belt. I was once you. I'm no better than you. I was once you. I had just came into the truth. I'm trying to find my way into the truth. And everything started happening when I got into the truth. Family turned their back. Close relatives started dying. I lost a job. I lost wives. I lost a lot of stuff. Sleeping in my car. All these things started happening. But you know what I had to choose? I had to choose to serve the Lord over my feelings in the moment. Because my feelings didn't matter. The Lord wants to know, if when all these things go to shit, where you going to stand? You going to stand with me, or you going to run back to your old life? Don't make haste in time of trouble. Don't try to rush through it. Man, sit in it and understand what you're dealing with in a moment. And deal with it the way that you should deal with it. That's with the Most High. Following his laws, statutes, and commandments. Putting in that work. Because if you do those things, then and only then will you come out on top. If you go back into the world and start doing things, bro, you're going to get jammed up. I done seen it happen too many times. Shoot, I done dealt with it myself. I done dealt with it to the point where I don't know why I'm sitting in front of you right now when the Lord could have killed me because I went back. But that's not who I am anymore. I'm a new man. And by me being a new man, when I chose to serve the Lord, all these things have been given unto me. I'm going to deal with tests. I'm going to still deal with trials and tribulations. I'm going to still deal with different things that's going on in my life, but I have to stand 10 toes for the Lord. Go ahead and keep reading, huh?
Verse 3. Cleave unto him.
Cleave unto who?
The Most High.
Cleave unto the Most High, and keep reading.
And depart not away.
And do what?
Depart not away.
And depart not away.
That thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Keep going.
Verse 4.
Keep
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
Whatever's what?
Brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
See, understand this, dog. You're going to deal with stuff. Whatever's given to you, take with cheer. Whatever you got going on, deal with it. And not only deal with it, stand 10 toes through it. Whatever punches are being thrown at you, take it on the chin like I eat them. That ain't going to faze me. Take it with cheer. Because what? Keep reading, Knock.
And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Be patient. Because keep reading. Read this last part and I got you. I'm going to let you go.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
For gold is tried in the fire.
For gold is what?
Tried in the fire.
Keep going.
Acceptable men in the of adversity.
Understand this, man. Everything that you right now is the same thing that gold has to go through when it goes through the furnace. Because how do you get the finest gold? it got to go through heat. It got to go through the hottest furnace of possible, because that hottest furnace, right, is going to melt away all the impurities. Same thing with diamonds. Diamonds got to go through a lot of pressure to become a diamond, right? And then from there, what does it got to do? It got to go through what? A stage where it gets sawed, a stage that it get polished, a stage that. Go ahead.
The performance starts in is an igneous rock.
Yeah,
That's an ugly rock. It just look like a clump of dirt.
yeah.
Yeah.
But most people don't understand that. That's the same thing like a butterfly. A butterfly start off as a what? A caterpillar. It goes in that small little spot where it goes through a lot of pressure. It goes through all those things, and then it got to be strong enough to do what? Break out so it can be a what? A butterfly. Go ahead. Go ahead, tell me.
Well, eagles, kind of find out, eagles when they grow up and they go through these years, when they become a man and they go on their rites of passage,
Yeah,
they have to make a choice, either to break their beaks or to grow back stronger and they could live longer, or just go ahead and die out.
yeah,
So that's something I learned about eagles, and it tripped me out. Like break their beak out, go through pain, agony, humiliation,
yeah.
torment, and sit down for a long period of time until it grows back strong enough for them to go back and hunt and find their mate and get their family.
And you want to know what's crazy? We done talked about 4 different things: gold, diamonds, eagles, butterflies. And they all had to go through something so that way at the end of the day it became something precious, right? So what are we gonna decide? What makes us any? We know for a fact to get the finest gold, it got to go through a furnace and it has to burn off all the impurities. You know for a fact, if you want to be a diamond, and diamonds is everybody's best. Everybody want diamonds. It starts off as what? A ugly rock, a igneous rock. A butterfly starts off as a what? Caterpillar. And then an eagle, when an eagle is born, what is it? Featherless. It's bald. When it starts growing up, it got to learn how to fly. It got to go through things. It got to learn how to eat. It got to learn how to do everything. Then, once it get to a certain age, then it got to break its beak and grow it back. Got to go through the ugly stages. You understand what I'm saying? That's the stuff. That's the stuff that we dread doing. We dread going through the ugly stuff. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's just like growing your hair out. No, do you know how many times we dread going through the ugly stage with our hair? But see, you got to learn how to go through some stuff so that way you can get to the kingdom. If you're not going to constantly endure to the end, if you're not going to constantly move forward and go through the ugly stage of life to get to the most high, then do you really deserve it? It's so easy for us to sit here and be like, you know what, man? Hey, I tried. People say that all the time, man, I tried and I failed. I tried. I hate the word tried. You want to know why? Because somebody saying that they tried is leaving room for failure. It's just likely. It's negating the fact that you could have went harder. You're supposed to do everything you can to succeed. You're supposed to do everything you can to follow the Most High God. If you sitting here trying to live righteously, you're not going to really do it because you always got that room to slip back into old you. What you got? Go ahead.
That's crazy said, because I thought about something fourthly. They say rich get richer. But if we put that metaphorically to the Most High, he said just follow his rules. know, and not to your understanding, but depend on him.
Yeah.
So that means faithful to receive abundance and not necessarily saying material things. It's just a sense of gratitude and understand my soul is what I'm living ever after and not my body to the dirt.
Let me tell you something, Mike. Your treasure is where your heart is. Let me tell you, the thing that you see us doing, I'm not doing it because I want y'all to congratulate me. Because at the end of the day, I want the Lord to know my name. If the Lord knows my name, I'm good. But if I'm doing all these great things and y'all clapping and cheering me on, but the Lord don't know my name, what am I doing it for? You could do it for the gratification of this world, but at the end of the day, it means nothing. Or you could do it for the Most High God, and when it comes down to the real come down, then you know for a fact you good. Yeah, going all the way down. What you got, at?
Like what the brother said about the material things,
Yeah,
like a lot of coming up and following God. I used to be thinking that he was rich or something like that, grant me
yeah,
a wish. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But like this verse, when I read this verse here that you just read, that made me read that one,
yeah.
that's when I started understanding like this ain't something like how they make it, like they make it less valuable. Like what you going through, it's like things might get harder, but you gonna get better. Like say, okay, don't be looking for everything to like be handed to you and just get better. You gonna become better. You gonna become tribulations you going through. You're able to take the fire. You know what I'm saying? Walk through the fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what man, I remember man when I was young, man, I used to have real demons, bro. Like problems. You feel me? I couldn't handle it. You know what I'm saying? I used to have all the time. I said I still fight my demons. And then but now, man, with the Lord, man, with my brothers, this school, everything, man, I've been able to walk straight, man. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's real what we going through. This transformation is real, man. Like for any of the people who think it's a game, it's real, man. That's
But you
all I
gotta understand this, right? Everything that we're going through is a choice.
yeah.
Everything that we're doing is a choice. You could choose to either be different or you could choose to be the same way. You could choose to be great or you could choose to sit here and be ordinary. The Lord chose us to be extraordinary. The Lord said, you know what? I got y'all. Y'all are my special people, and I'm gonna put y'all above everybody else on the face of this earth. But I need y'all to do these simple things. Like, matter of fact, hey, do me a favor. Go to the book of let me see, Slack here. It's the book of James. Let me see. The book of James 4 and 7. Go to the book of James, chapter 4 and 7 for me. Barbara, once you got to go ahead and read.
This is the book of James, chapter 4, verse 7. Submit
Mm-hmm.
yourselves, therefore, to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you.
Understand this, man. You got to submit yourself to the Most High God. Because submitting yourself to the Most High God means that what? You're doing what? Making a choice. We say it all the time in the truth. You can't serve two masters. The Bible says you can't serve two masters multiple times. It's letting you know because you're going to what? Serve one and you're going to hate the other. You're going to cleave to one, you're going to despise the other. You can't serve two different gods. You can't serve this world and serve the Most High. You got to choose what you want to do. The Lord is letting you know that. The Lord is saying, hey, man, cleave unto me. Submit yourself unto the Most High God. Because when you submit yourself unto the Most High God, and you, what? What else did it say? It says, submit yourself to the Most High God. It says, submit yourself, therefore, to God and resist who?
The devil.
Resist the devil. Resist the deceivers. Resist the people that's telling you to do the opposite of what the Lord told you to do. The Lord told you not to eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. So who do you have to resist? The people that's telling you that it's a delicacy. Exactly.
Yeah.
Going down there to New Orleans and getting that crawfish boy. You got to resist those things, man. That's just like saying, man, that's just like the Lord telling you, man, I don't want my people abusing and using these drugs against the natural, what? The use of them.
Right.
So what does that mean? That you can't become?
A drug addict.
You can't become a drug addict or a what?
Addict or alcoholic.
Nah, you can't become a drug addict.
A drug dealer.
Or a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Because you got to be the opposite, right?
Right.
If you know for a fact you can't use and abuse drugs, that means you can't sell it neither.
Right.
You can't be a drug dealer selling crack,
Right.
selling heroin, selling all these acid and Molly and all this. You can't do those things. You can't be selling handlebars. They ain't if they not doctor prescribed, then you can't sell them. You selling people these fentanyl lace pills, and then but then you think that you, because you went to church and you paid your tithes, that you good. You not good because you doing that, dog. The Lord told you to submit to him, submit to the Most High God, and resist these devils, resist temptation, resist these things that is against him. When you do those things, then it said that what will flee? And the Bible is letting you know, if you sit here and resist devils, and he will flee from you. Those lustful thoughts, those things that comes to your mind that makes you do the things that you're not supposed to do, it will leave your mind when you start submitting yourself to the Most High God. Because you're choosing to do what he asks you to do. You're choosing to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. And that's the biggest point. That's what you got to do to save your life. Choosing the Lord is saving your life. Choosing the world is deciding that I want to die and I'm okay with dying or being unalived in this world. What you got at?
And that's crazy. You said that last night I had a whole vision and dream. I'm not gonna get into it. It's kind of really dear to my heart. But before you even started class, that's why I just showed brother. When I wrote it down, I said I put the title "In Life We All Have Choices."
Yeah.
So for you to say that, and then I'm on the bus on my way here, and I'm passing these seafood restaurants, and I'm saying, dang, I'm really not about to be able to eat crawfish and shrimp.
Yeah.
And then for it to speak, it just blows my mind for everything that my mind thinks about as far as the choices. It's like it's amplified. It's hitting me. It like I don't even have no money to go get no seafood, but I'm thinking like, man, I know this gonna come up.
Yeah.
You know, I know I'm gonna think about this. I know I'm gonna think about that. Let me make the choice now to not even worry about it.
Yeah.
Like what's my go to? You know, how am I? Because I kind of broke down yesterday, and it is. I just told Tyler that I was like, bro, this hard.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not necessarily hard because I'm an Aquarius and I'm a loner. So I already cut the world off, people wise.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just my thoughts of what my success should be
Yeah.
because of what I was taught and what I didn't have a chance to do, at college and all that.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm running out of time when really it's say be patient
But see, the thing about it
Right.
is, you're not running out of time. And the thing about it is hard. You want to know why it's so hard? Because for so long, we done trained our mind into doing whatever the world says is successful. For me to be a success, what does that mean? I gotta have millions of dollars in my bank account. I gotta ride around in a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or a Corvette, a Stingray, and all these other things. I gotta have Bentleys, Rolls Royces, and Maybachs, and all this. I gotta have all these materialistic things. But the Lord is telling you, man, you know what? You want to know something? And this is what let me know what kind of man the Lord wants us to be compared to what this world wanted us to be. What did they say to the guy that had a bunch of riches? For him to serve the Lord, what did he need to do? What did he say? Go ahead, all right.
To give it all, like go sell everything and give it to the poor.
Go sell
That's
everything,
all
and then you come serve the Lord.
That's right.
The Lord is sitting here saying, the Lord is saying, you know what, man, I don't care about you having these riches. I don't care about you having all these things, because even in the Bible it says, lay up not the treasures of this earth that do rust and moth do come, but lay up the treasures in heaven. See, the Lord don't care about all this money and stuff that we got here right now. He don't care about none of that stuff. He'll tell you to go sell everything that you have and come follow. Because at the end of the day, if you can't do that, then you can't get the kingdom of heaven, because you are too caught up into the materialistics. All the things that you see that you can obtain with your hands, but spiritually you're nothing. The Lord wants you to stop thinking about the stuff of this world and get into the spiritual aspect of things. Start understanding what it is to be a selfless brother, a selfless priest, somebody that's a servant to his people. Then and only then can you truly understand what it is to be a follower of the Most High God. Because if you talk about all the greatest men in the Bible, what were they? They were servants. Everybody put them on a high pedestal, but if you really read and really understand what they was doing, why they was doing it, the tribulations and all the things that happened to them, they were servants. They were servants. You talking about Christ. You talking about being a Christian, which is being Christ-like, right? What was Christ? Was Christ a rich man that was in a mansion, that was chilling, that was rolling around in a carriage? Or was Christ a man that had torn clothes, that was sitting here riding in on a donkey, living pillar to post, didn't even care where he was laying his head at, because at the end of the day, he was following what the Most High God told him to do. And that's what it was. That's who we are supposed to be. We're not supposed to care about all the things that's going on right now. We're supposed to care about doing the work. And by you doing the work, the Lord will sit here and provide everything else that you need. Huh? Everything else does not matter. It doesn't matter. Because if it truly mattered, as soon as you started following the laws, statutes, and commandments, and you kept doing it continuously, the Lord would have gave you all the riches of this world. If he cared about the riches of this world, he would have gave you the riches of the world. He put you at a lower state because he had to humble you. He wanted his people humbled. All the stuff we're going through right now is to humble us. All the stuff we're going through right now is what we need to have a fresh start. Trust me, I dealt with it. I did to this day. And I'm fighting the same fight that you're fighting. I don't care the fact that I'm a 5,000. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I'm still fighting that same fight that you fighting as a young man, as a 50, as a 500, as 1,000. I'm still fighting that same fight. You want to know why? because we all have our own tests and trials. We all have our own fights and battles that we got to fight. Mine's might not be the same as yours, but we still going through it. That's why we have to have brotherhood and sisterhood. That's why we got to be together. That's why we have to gather ourselves together. That's why we have to both choose to submit ourselves to the Lord and resist these devils and resist these things that's going on in life. Shalom. Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ, what's going on now? Con, I'm teaching right now. What's going on? All right, no sir. I'll get back with you. All right, Lord Christ. That's what we got to do, dog. We got to understand why we are here, dog. We're not here to sit here and put each other down. We're here to build each other up. We don't have to have that crab in a bucket mentality. That's why we're saying we're destroyed from a lack of knowledge. Because we think that we got to be them crabs in a bucket. No, we don't. The same way, if I got $50, you got $50. You know, forget it. Like, shit, if I got money, you got money. If you starving and I got $20, we both got $10, God damn it. I'm going to make sure you straight just like I'm going to make sure I'm straight. And at the end of the day, I got to make sure you straight to the point where I got to go without for the time being, then so be it. The hell with it. The same way the Lord gave it to me the first time, he'll give it to me again. But that's the mindset we got to have as a people. That's why we got to wake up. We don't have that mindset no more when it comes down to each other. But we got that mindset when it comes down to these oppressors. We want to give everything we got to these oppressors when they don't deserve anything but death. These oppressors have done so much to our people. And you know what we do as a people? We sit here and forgive them, but you won't forgive the nigga down the street that owes you $10. The brother that's down the street that's dealing with a lot, that's dealing with the turmoil and the hardship of every single day. He's struggling with his own things, his own demons. You won't forgive him, but you'll forgive an oppressor that sat here and raped, robbed, and murdered your people. You'll forgive the oppressor that sit here and tell you that you got to come to work to make $5 an hour and make you work overtime and then back door and tell you you can't get overtime pay. You'll forgive him. You'll forgive your oppressor, and while you at the job site tell you that you're nothing. You'll forgive him, but you won't forgive your own brother that asked to borrow $10 from you 2 weeks ago, and because you going through something right now, you want your $10. And because he don't got it, now y'all about to fight about it. Now you about to kick dough. Now you about to put a pistol to his head to try to get your money. This is what our oppressors want from us. But that's not what we got to do. That's not who we have to be. We choose to be that way because we're choosing to live the way that our oppressors live. We're choosing to do the same thing that they do. But that's not who we have to be as a people. We can be who the Lord asked us to be. Matter of fact, hey, bro, go to Romans 16 and 17. Go to Romans 16 and 17, Baba Kasha. We're going to read 17 and 18 once you got it. Yes. Con.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 16, verse 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them.
Understand this. Y'all got to learn how to, us as a people, we have to learn how to what? Mark them that causes division and offenses contrary to the doctrine which we have learned. See, in the truth, we learn what? You can't eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. You can't be a whore. You can't be a whoremonger. You can't sit here and do what you feel like. You're not supposed to sit here and celebrate holidays. You're not supposed to sit here and do what? All the pagan things. You're not supposed to go to strip clubs. You're not supposed to do all these things, right? You're not supposed to teach people that it's okay for them to sin. What you should be teaching people is what? You shouldn't sin at all. So you got to learn how to start marking those people that sit here and teach that. Who are the people that teaches that? Who are the people that tells you it's okay for you to eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster? Go ahead,
The oppressor.
The oppressor. Who else? Because the oppressor has minions.
Yeah.
Who are the minions of the oppressor?
The Christian pastors.
Okay, who else we got?
You got the Asians, the Africans.
You got the Catholic Church, you got the Christian Church, you got the Muslim.
Right.
Yeah.
If they agree with that Christianity and Islam, stuff, they gonna say it's certain things
that it's okay with
to do.
Because in their eyes, the laws is done away with.
Right.
In their eyes, they can do whatever they feel like doing because you only got one life to live. And as long as I come on the first Sunday of every month and eat the communion and drink the grape juice or the wine, then I'm straight.
Right.
But that's not the truth. That goes against what the doctrine say. That goes against what the Most High God says. Because what did they say? Oh, no man can be perfect. So why does the book of Matthew say you could be therefore perfect like your Father in heaven is? Why is all the sins done away with again in the book of Matthew is letting you know that I didn't come to destroy the law, but to fulfill it. It's letting you know I didn't come to do away with it. I came to show you that you can fulfill it. I came to show you that you can do everything that the Bible is telling you that you can do. So that don't mean that we stop doing it. That means that you know what? It's doable. It's obtainable. You can sit here and you can sit here and deal with these things and still be righteous. You had something not?
Yeah, it's finna go with what you said. You finna want me to read?
Keep going. Keep going.
It's a verse 18. For they that are such serve not our Lord Yahushua, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple.
Understand this, man. There's a lot of people that sit here and they're not trying to sit here and do the work of the Lord. They're trying to fatten their bellies. They're trying to sit here and do the things that fatten their bones, that make them feel good, that makes them happy. Go, what you got?
I the one like I even done when I done heard like you say the Christians would be like, it's okay to eat pork and stuff. But one thing that Christian church got real bad is that a woman could divorce her man and a man will be like scoping out another man's wife, saying that's that woman for me type thing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was his soulmate from the last lifetime that he got to come back there and get.
Yeah. Then the Muslims, the thing that really like got with me with them, they'll be like, if a person is Muslim, he your brother, you ain't supposed to say it. But if he ain't a Muslim, he fair game. You feel what I'm saying? But they was all coming off like they, all about black folks and stuff. Nah, he got to be a Muslim for me to really care about him. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's crazy.
And that's the biggest problem. Why do we got to be a certain thing for me to care about you? Right. Like, if you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, I care about you. Right. We had our barbecue down here. Did we just secure the people that was good? Or we secured everybody that was there? See, that's between the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander General YAHANNA and these other people.
Right.
We don't sit here and just protect those that just follow what we got going on. Nah, when we have events, when we sitting here and we out on the street corners and all that, bro, that's the safest place that you can be, is around the brothers and sisters of the I.S.U.P.K. Because how many times do we go to food drives? We don't allow nothing to happen while we at the food drives. When we got events down here, do we allow stuff to just happen? We make sure everybody's safe. We make sure everybody's secure. We make sure that if you bring your kids, you can feel like you can chill and relax and your children are safe. Can you get that everywhere? I know for a fact you can't get it in them churches. I remember for a fact, bro, it was so many times that stuff was brought to me about these little boys going on what they used to call Boy Scouts trips and all that with the deacons and all that, and then all of a sudden they come back and they not the same no more because they done got touched. Now all of a sudden you calling the deacon over there because he's the mentor, and every time that boy sees that deacon, he ready to fight him. He ready to fight a flight. Why is that? That's because you so busy thinking that you doing something righteous by putting these men in front of your kids, and you don't even know who they are. You ain't never test the spirit. You ain't never seen that if they of the Lord or if they not of the Lord, because you so caught up in what the church has to offer you that you neglect to support and secure your own kids. That's why we got to mark these people. That's why we got to watch out for these people and call them out. Because at the end of the day, they only for themselves. They not for the Most High. They not for doing his work. They for whatever turns a profit or for whatever fulfills their lustful needs. And those are the things that we got to watch out for. Those are the things that we got to stop. Those are the things we got to start bringing to the forefront, because when we start bringing these things to the forefront, then our people can learn who are the deceivers and who are the people that actually do the work of the Lord. That's the only time that you can do that. But while everybody looking like they the same, then you can always get confused. You can always get led down the wrong path. But it's time to change something. It's time to be the change. It's time to wake up. That's what we got to do. And once we start doing that, then and only then can we get our people out of this hell. We can't do that when we sitting here deciding to be just like the people that we hate the most. Matter of fact, Salaki, go to 1 John 2:11. Once you go to 1 John 2, go ahead and read once you have it.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 2, verse 11. But he that hated his brother is in darkness, and walketh in darkness, and knoweth not whither he goeth, because that darkness hath blinded his eyes.
Why do you think the Bible is saying that? What you got?
It's because, like, if you a brother like who walk in darkness, like, it's like that's your light. You get what I'm saying? Like, the things of the darkness, like you'll do anything to get what you want, even miss over your brother. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You will offend your brother to get the things. You will hurt. You will unalive them if it's take it to get what you want.
Yeah, that's why it says, but he that hateth his brother is in darkness and walketh in darkness and know not whither he goes. When you're in darkness, right? Say, for instance, if I shut off the lights, right? What are you going to start doing as soon as the lights turn off and it gets real dark in the room? What are you going to start doing? What's everybody's natural reaction when it's pitch black dark? Start feeling around and start doing whatever, right? And if you bump into something, what are you gonna end up trying to do? Because it's dark, you just gonna try to what?
Move it out the way.
Move it or fight it, right?
Right.
Right. So if you're in darkness, what are you worrying about? Are you worrying about anybody else while you're in darkness trying to find your way to some light? What are you going to do? What are you thinking about?
Yourself.
You thinking about yourself. So hate your brother, you're in darkness. You're not gonna know where to go because at the end of the day, everything about you is about being what? Selfish. That's why the Bible says that. Why do you think the Bible speaks about being selfish? It speaks against being selfish all the time. Why do you think the Bible always says that anything dealing with selfishness is against the word? It's darkness. You don't know where to go because you're too busy being selfish. You don't know where to go because you're too busy thinking about only you. How can you be in light when you only think about yourself? When you only think about yourself, it's a very dark place. You want to know why? Because you're trying to figure out, what do I have to do next to get over on somebody so that way I can make it. It's a very lonely and dark place. But when you start thinking about everybody else and putting yourself on the back burner, then what is it? It's a very light. It's a very bright place, because then you got nothing but family and friends. You got nothing but people that are willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that you good, because you did whatever it takes to make sure that they was good. What you got out?
I when you were speaking about darkness and light, uh, I was thinking about the lure of when I worked in Alaska,
Mm-hmm.
and when you go more towards up north, it becomes dark like longer. So if you take 24 hours in a day, and it's just a little breakdown, when the day starts, it's in darkness. Then it goes into light to go back into darkness. So as I wait, I see to fall back asleep to see it again another day. Okay, so when I was in Alaska, one thing I found out was when it goes into darkness all day, that's the highest suicide rate, that's
Yep.
the highest depression rate, that's the highest murder rate, that's the highest kidnapping rate. And when I think about it, it's surreal when we just read the scripture, as far as being in darkness, and to see the turmoil that comes with darkness, to not see any light or not to be in light, because we already in darkness just waking up in the world.
For sure.
So why not want to be in the light, in the truth?
Man, look, every day you wake up, man, like you said, we in darkness. Like, being a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, what do you see that's really a light besides being around one another? That's the only light that we have, is being around one another. I'm gonna tell you right now, the times that I have the most peace is when I'm around Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The time where I had the most peace is uh when we sitting here and we sitting like having get-togethers, having barbecues, having times where we just chillaxing, bro. Like, if I go to the flea market and stuff like that, bro, you see so many people together, dog. You see the other heritages and all that of our people, bro. That's the light of a day. When we wake up, bro, what do we wake up to? Having a slave, having to try to find a way to make ends meet, having to try to find a way to make a dollar out of 15 cents. Bro, all these things we gotta deal with. This is why we gotta become better brothers and better sisters to one another. We gotta love each other and put each other first. You two all about. You two all. No, I'm talking to you. You two all. Like this, that's what we gotta worry about. We can't worry about everything else, dog. when we so caught up in worrying about all these other different things, we will never get what we need. So we gotta be better brothers. We can't sit here and hate our brothers. We can't sit here and devise a plan to go against our brothers. What you got on?
I really be like thinking about that, how we be doing anything into our neighborhoods, to our communities, and then we'll get to okay, say we go out here, right? We start selling drugs, we start blase this and that, doing this and that to get up here to this status that we at, right? But you don't like the other person doing the same thing that you was trying to do.
Real talk.
Like you like you was robbing, stealing, whatever. But now you done swindled your way into some kind of little bracket. Well, you not having to do it like that no more. But you still on some kind of level doing things like that. But this in a different, more sophisticated way. Yeah. And but it's some guy over here that's doing it the hard way, and you don't want to run into him. You don't want no dealings with him. He these dudes is just the scum of the earth. You feel what I'm saying? And then while you trying to get to where you going, you messing up your community. You messing up everything. I don't even believe that we okay. Like I know it it cannot be that you want to be with your own people because you destroying your own people. It's you trying to get into they bracket, they kingdom, they place. You get what I'm saying? It's man. I was just saying something I was thinking about like that.
Nah.
You can't be trying to be in your own community, making it better, this and that, when you poisoning your brothers and sisters, this and that, you're not trying to poison them and do them bad so you can go live amongst them.
The thing about it is, dog, a lot of our people don't realize this. When you out of the spirit of brotherhood and sisterhood, it doesn't matter what you think that you're trying to do, you're going to do the will of your father, who is the devil. You're going to deceive your people. If the only thing that you're thinking about is getting money, if the only thing that you're thinking about is making sure that your family is straight, your people is good and all this, but you don't care about nobody else, you're going to start hurting your own people. Like at the end of the day, and this is why we saying blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians got to come together, because we are supposed to be the ones that love each other. And if all of us came together, blacks, Hispanic, Indians, Haitians, Jamaicans, Cubans, Colombians, Panamanians, people Panama, the Guatemalans, the Salvadorians, and all that, if we would come together, the 12 tribes of Israel, and only put each other first, then the people that sit here and put us last all day, every day, see, those people will start going without. Because who are the best farmers?
We are.
Who's the best cooks?
We are.
Like, do you think that who build houses better than Hispanics?
Nobody.
Who builds, bro? Who builds businesses better than the 12 tribes of Israel? They wouldn't have soul food. Just think about it like this: if we went back to segregation, who would be striving and who would be thriving and who would be at the bottom?
We'll be striving.
Because who has the most farms? And granted, you can say your oppressor has the most farms, but who do they have working on them farms?
Right.
They would need us. Yeah. That's everything. We could talk about even in the high end restaurants. You might have you might have some Edomite servers, but who back there cooking food? Who back there in them kitchens? Yeah, Consuela, Felipe, all, all them. Yeah, you. I'm talking about going in.
They be up in there nose seasoning, and we be straight up sea salt.
No, that's what I'm saying though. This is why we got to learn how to have brotherhood and sisterhood. This is why we got to learn how to come back and follow the law, statutes, and commandments. This is why we got to learn how to gather ourselves together. This is why we have to learn to be a people and love one another and put each other first. Because only when we do that can we get out of dark. Because right now, we've been taught to be in darkness. Because what is our number one thing, man? Hey, man, look, we always taught to hate on the next nigga. I'm gonna tell you now, that's what we were taught. And that put us in so much darkness. Why? Because now I can't go down the street without thinking that the next person looking at me is plotting on me. Now I can't even think about helping you out, because if I help you out, you might think it's sweet.
Yeah.
And because you think it's sweet, now you think you can get over on me.
Crazy.
So now forget trying to even help you, because I don't even want you to think it's green or it's sweet around here. Because ain't nothing sweet around here. And if you try me, I'm going to hurt you. That's the mindset that we had. That's a mindset that other people, that's what we have. And then you know what we end up doing? We teach our wives to have the same mindset. We teach our children to have the same mindset. So now what are our children doing when they in preschool? What do you think they doing in kindergarten and middle school and not? And you wonder why these YNs is around here. You wonder why it's so many people being unalived. Because we're teaching it. Because instead of breaking the cycle, what are we doing? Adding to it. And now we're making it worse, because our mindset is way worse than our parents' mindset, because we just adding on the same trauma that's been going on for years and years. So if our great-great-grandparents told our great-grandparents something, and our great-grandparents told our grandparents something, and our grandparents told our mothers something, and our fathers something, and our father told us something, then what are we doing? We taking how many generations of trauma, and we sitting here holding on to it. What you got?
And it's crazy you said that. And I raised my hand. It's crazy you said that, because what I'm thinking about is a pot of water. You put salt in it, and when it boils down, it's concentrated salt. So if you take generation and generation and generation, and you put it all in one person, and then I have my offspring times 20 with social media, cell phone.
Yep.
I take the pacifier away and I give them my iPad.
Yep.
Oh my.
Yeah. And that's what we're dealing with right now. Why do you think, bro? Why do you think that we're dealing with all the stuff we're dealing with? Why do you think they got access to guns? Why do you think that they got access? Bro, do you know pornography was not an easy, accessible thing? Yeah, you had like it used to be hard for people to see pornography. Now, the only thing you got to do is get on social media.
Right.
You know, it was hard for them to learn how to make bombs and make all kind of different things, and make shanks, and what it is to be in prison and all that. All those things was hard to gain knowledge. You had to either know somebody that was around there or be there. That wasn't nothing that you could just sit here and type on your phone, how to do this, how to do it. But now, what are we dealing with? These things is so easy. It's so easy. It's at their fingertips now. And now you're talking about cartoons. Them alternative lifestyle members run the cartoons.
That's crazy.
They're teaching your children, they're teaching little boys to love rods. They're teaching little girls to munch on box at a young age, at an age that they don't even understand what they're watching and what they're seeing and what they're saying.
Right.
What you got?
And it's because they predators.
Exactly.
They like preying. it's to the point like they is preying on the weak, like, you know, babies is weak. You know what I'm saying? They minds like not ready for none of that, and then you like we said earlier, you is shaping them in your image from childhood, like to be this way. Man, it's crazy.
Man, bro, this is what y'all don't understand, man. Like it be those things, man. It be those things that it's the reason why I go to Proverbs 22:6. This is why the Bible says this right here. Since we talking about it, we might as well go into it. What does Proverbs 22 verse 6 say?
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Train up a child in the way he should go.
What?
A child the way he should go.
Why?
And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Mm.
That's wild. Think about
So my thing is this. Everybody that talk against the Bible, why does the Bible literally have an answer to everything that we're speaking about? The Bible is letting you know to keep your child from being a part of the alternative lifestyle, to keep your child from being a gang member, to keep your child from being a dope fiend, to keep your child from doing all these horrific things in their life. You have to first do what? Train them up. How do you train up a child? What do you have to do as the adult? Be the example. So that means that you got to get before you can train up a child in the way that they should go.
Right, that's right. You're right, Idol.
You have to be the example. You have to be the guideline. You have to be the person that lets them know, hey, I went down this path. And because I went down this path, I'm choosing to make sure that you never got to go through what I went through.
Right.
It's called what? Breaking generational curses. Go ahead. What you got?
And it's crazy you said that because we got 50% of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm pretty sure everybody in this room had some type of talk.
Yeah.
Where it was saying, hey, I did this, did that, did this.
Yeah.
I think in our generation, it was more the curiosity because we didn't have the answers on the phone.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But,
and it's wild to where now the answers are black and white in front of you. Bam. IMAX.
Yeah.
3D.
Yeah.
And the kids these days don't really even have a fighting chance because it's what's being presented. Like
they do have a fighting chance though.
Well, yeah.
Because you want to know something? And what you said, I agree with, but I'm gonna tell you where I disagree with, right? The part that I disagree with is this. When the people back in the day used to tell us, when we were younger, they used to tell us, I've been to jail. I went through these hardships. I went through this pain. I went through these struggles so that way you didn't have to go through it, right? What were they doing in the midst of saying that to us?
Like, they was still doing the bad stuff that they was doing.
They was still doing the same stuff that got them jammed up, man. I got uncles that been locked up. I got uncles that been locked up so much, like if they go into the prison and they go into them jails, they know their name. They damn near, like the guards are dang there waiting for them. Like, hey man, I knew you were gonna come back, bro. I was just waiting on the time frame, man. Hey boy, I see you made it. Hey, you made it 5 years this time, my boy. I see you. But they the same ones that be like, hey man, prison ain't no fun. Wait, why you keep going in and out? Why you keep going back? Why? Yeah, it be like, because we seeing them do it. Okay, well, this is all that I see. And that's the problem. We have to train up a child in the way that they should go. But the only way we can train up a child in the way that they should go is we have to first serve the Lord. We got to first get right. The Bible says what? It says, be not conformed to this world, but be conformed to the renewing of your mind. You got to learn that when I decide to serve the Lord, I got to renew my mind. Everything that I thought about at first, I got to just go ahead and wash that out. I got to wash that out. because there's something that I did not understand. And that was the reason why I was going through all the trouble and all the hardship that I went through. So you know what I got to do now? I got to be something new. I got to be a new creature. See, the old me, that person is done. That person, you know what? Just like how they used to do back in the day. They used to do like this. They said that chapter is done. That book of that old me is done. It's closed. It's sat down. Boom. Push it to the side. Never open it up again. But see, that new book, you got to go ahead and pull it out, and you got to start writing in it. You got to let them notes start coming in. It's time to be a new creature for the Most High God. That's why in the Bible it tells you, man, look, you got to be unmovable, always abiding in the truth. You got to be steadfast, unmovable. You got to be a force to be reckoned with for the Lord, the same way you was for the world. You got to make the change. You got to wake up so that way you can wake up your children. Don't let what happened to the great-great-grandparents that passed down to the great-grandparents that passed down to the grandparents that passed down to mama and daddy, pass down to you, pass down to your children. Don't let that happen. Stop it at you. Because at this point, I have a choice. My choice is to not allow my children to have to deal with none of the traumas that I have to deal with. If I didn't grow up with my father, my kids are going to grow up with their father. If I didn't grow up in a household that was stable, my children will grow up in a household that's stable. Because at the end of the day, did any of us choose to live this life? Did any of us choose to be born? But the choice that we do have is to do what? Live the life that we're supposed to. We have a choice that if we're going to live this life, we can live it righteously or we can live it unrighteously. The choice is yours. What will you choose? Who would you stand for? Are you going to stand for the Lord or are you going to stand for the world? Are you going to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, or are you going to do whatever you feel like doing, what you've been doing, and dealing with the consequences of it? Because understand this, you're not the only person that's struggling. You're not the only person that's going to deal with those trials and tribulations. But at the same time, if you are a parent or if you are a brother or a sister, the actions that you choose, you're making your people that care about you and love you deal with those same problems. I'm going to tell you what the brothers used to tell me. When I was a young man, when I was a trooper, they told me, hey, bro, don't bring a whore into this house. Don't make me have to be a brother to a whore that's going to leave you. Be wise in what you do. Like, be careful of the choices that you choose and the choices that you make, because at the end of the day, once you are part of this body, we all have to deal with the choices that you make. Because if something happens, I'm gonna get a phone call about it. I'm gonna be like, hey, Shalom, Lord Christ. Hey, oh snap, this brother. Okay, I need to go ahead and go try to help this brother. Okay, no sweat. Don't put me in a bad situation because you 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You lukewarm. Choose the Most High God. Choose to follow His laws, statutes, and commandments, so that way, while we're helping you, the Lord is with you. And with that, I'm gonna say Amajim, which means to stand. We're gonna give a courtesy salute to the brothers, then to the sisters. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Brakatah, Yak Matah, Sar, which means to turn, right, sister. Gonna give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh Shemal Atah, Shem Yahweh Yak Matah. Class dismissed.